Many older adults take medications every single day, without ever imagining that some of them may quietly affect the brain over time. The truth is, certain commonly used medications have been linked in research to memory problems, confusion, brain fog, slower thinking, and in some cases, a faster decline in cognitive health. What makes this especially concerning is that the changes often happen so gradually that people mistake them for normal aging. Someone may begin forgetting names more often, losing focus during conversations, misplacing items around the house, or feeling mentally exhausted by simple daily tasks. Most assume it is simply part of getting older, when in reality, the medications themselves may be contributing to the problem. One of the biggest reasons this happens is because the aging body processes medications very differently than it did decades earlier. After the age of 60, liver function naturally slows down, kidney filtration becomes less efficient, and body composition changes in ways that affect how drugs move through the system. Medications stay in the bloodstream longer, and the brain becomes more sensitive to their effects. A dose that once caused no noticeable issues at age 40 can suddenly create significant side effects at age 75. This is particularly true for medications that affect the nervous system, sleep cycles, mood, allergies, or bladder control. Research has shown that medications with strong anticholinergic effects are among the most concerning for older adults. These drugs block a neurotransmitter called acetylcholine, which plays a major role in memory, learning, and communication between brain cells. Acetylcholine naturally decreases as people age, which already places stress on cognitive function. When medications further reduce its activity, many older adults begin experiencing symptoms like forgetfulness, confusion, difficulty concentrating, and slower mental processing. What makes this issue difficult is that anticholinergic medications are extremely common. They are found in some sleep aids, allergy medications, cold medicines, bladder medications, and even certain antidepressants. Many are available over the counter, meaning people assume they are completely harmless because they do not require a prescription. But when taken regularly for months or years, especially in combination with other medications, the cumulative effect on the brain can become significant. Sleeping pills and sedatives are another major concern for seniors. Many older adults struggle with insomnia, anxiety, or nighttime restlessness, and turn to medications for relief. While these drugs may help someone fall asleep temporarily, they often reduce the quality of deep restorative sleep the brain actually needs for memory consolidation and repair. In older adults, sedatives can remain active in the system well into the next day, leading to grogginess, slower reaction times, balance problems, and mental fog. Some people begin feeling disconnected or emotionally flat without realizing the medication may be playing a role. The danger increases when multiple medications are combined. This is known as polypharmacy, and it has become incredibly common among older adults. Someone may take medications for blood pressure, cholesterol, sleep, allergies, digestion, anxiety, and pain all at the same time. Individually, each medication may appear manageable, but together they can place enormous stress on the brain and nervous system. The interactions between medications may amplify side effects in ways that neither patients nor doctors immediately recognize. This is why medication reviews are so important as people age. Many seniors continue taking medications that were prescribed years earlier without anyone reevaluating whether they are still necessary or whether safer alternatives now exist. A simple conversation with a doctor or pharmacist can sometimes uncover medications that are contributing to memory issues or mental fatigue. In some cases, adjusting the dose, switching medications, or removing unnecessary prescriptions can dramatically improve mental clarity and daily functioning. At the same time, it is important not to approach this issue with fear. Medications can absolutely serve important purposes and improve quality of life when used correctly. The goal is not to stop medications suddenly or ignore medical advice. The goal is awareness and informed decision-making. Older adults deserve to understand how medications may affect their brain so they can work closely with healthcare professionals to protect both physical and cognitive health. Lifestyle choices also play a powerful role in helping the brain stay resilient, even when medications are necessary. Regular physical movement improves blood flow to the brain and supports healthy nerve communication. Gentle exercises like walking, stretching, swimming, and resistance band training help maintain circulation, balance, and mental sharpness. Nutrition matters just as much. The brain depends heavily on healthy fats, antioxidants, vitamins, minerals, and steady blood sugar levels to function properly. Foods like berries, walnuts, olive oil, leafy greens, eggs, salmon, avocados, and legumes help reduce inflammation and support healthy brain cells. Sleep quality is another major factor. The brain performs critical repair and detoxification processes during deep sleep. Creating healthy sleep habits naturally through consistent bedtimes, reduced screen exposure at night, relaxation routines, and daytime sunlight exposure can improve cognitive health without relying entirely on sedative medications. Social connection also protects the aging brain in remarkable ways. Isolation and loneliness increase stress hormones and inflammation, both of which negatively affect memory and emotional health. Spending time with family, engaging in conversations, participating in community activities, and maintaining meaningful relationships all stimulate the brain and help preserve cognitive function as people age. One of the most important things older adults need to understand is that the brain and body do not process medications the same way at age 70 as they did at age 40. This single fact explains why many seniors suddenly begin experiencing side effects, confusion, dizziness, or memory issues from medications they may have tolerated perfectly well for years. The aging process changes nearly every system involved in how drugs move through the body, and these changes make older adults far more sensitive to medications than most people realize. As people age, the liver gradually becomes less efficient at breaking down substances. The kidneys, which filter medications and waste products from the bloodstream, also slow down significantly over time. Research shows that kidney function can decline steadily with age, even in otherwise healthy adults. This means medications remain in the body longer than expected, increasing the likelihood of side effects and drug accumulation. A medication that once cleared the system quickly may now linger for many extra hours or even days, especially when multiple prescriptions are involved. The aging brain itself also becomes more vulnerable. There is a protective system called the blood-brain barrier that helps regulate what substances can enter the brain. In younger adults, this barrier works efficiently to shield delicate brain tissue from potentially harmful compounds. But as people age, this barrier becomes less selective and more permeable. Certain medications can cross into the brain more easily, creating stronger effects on memory, alertness, mood, and cognition. This is one reason why medications that cause mild drowsiness in younger adults can create severe confusion or disorientation in older adults. Sleeping pills, anti-anxiety medications, allergy medications, and certain pain medications may all affect the aging brain much more intensely. Many seniors wake up feeling groggy, mentally foggy, or emotionally flat without realizing the medication itself may be responsible. Body composition changes also play a major role. Older adults generally lose muscle mass and retain less water in their tissues compared to younger individuals. At the same time, body fat percentages often increase with age because different medications are stored differently in fat and water tissues. These shifts can dramatically alter how drugs behave inside the body. Fat-soluble medications may remain stored in the body much longer, slowly releasing over time and prolonging side effects. Water-soluble drugs can become more concentrated in the bloodstream because there is less body water available to dilute them. The nervous system itself also becomes more sensitive with age. Brain cells communicate through delicate chemical signaling pathways, and these pathways become easier to disrupt over time. Medications that affect neurotransmitters such as dopamine, serotonin, GABA, or acetylcholine may produce stronger and more unpredictable effects in older adults. This is especially concerning because acetylcholine plays a major role in memory and learning, and natural levels already decline during aging. Medications that interfere with acetylcholine can create significant cognitive symptoms in seniors, including forgetfulness, confusion, slowed thinking, and difficulty concentrating. Another challenge is that many older adults are prescribed medications by multiple doctors at the same time. One physician may prescribe a blood pressure medication, another manages diabetes, another treats sleep issues, and another addresses pain or anxiety. While each medication may make sense individually, the combined effect on the aging brain can become overwhelming. Drug interactions become more likely, and side effects often overlap in ways that are difficult to recognize immediately. This is why regular medication reviews are so important after the age of 60. Many seniors continue taking medications that were prescribed years earlier without anyone reevaluating whether they are still necessary, whether the dosage remains appropriate, or whether newer and safer alternatives now exist. Sometimes a simple adjustment can dramatically improve energy levels, memory, balance, and overall quality of life. Older adults also need to pay close attention to subtle changes in their mental clarity after starting a new medication. Symptoms such as sudden forgetfulness, unusual fatigue, confusion, dizziness, trouble concentrating, or changes in mood should never be dismissed automatically as normal aging. These symptoms may be signals that the body is struggling to process a medication properly. Hydration becomes critically important as well. Many seniors do not drink enough water because the sensation of thirst weakens with age. Dehydration concentrates medications in the bloodstream and increases the risk of side effects. Even mild dehydration can worsen confusion, fatigue, and dizziness in older adults taking certain prescriptions. Drinking water consistently throughout the day helps support kidney function and improves the body's ability to process medications more safely. Nutrition also matters far more than most people realize. The aging brain depends heavily on nutrients such as vitamin B12, magnesium, omega-3 fatty acids, and antioxidants to maintain healthy nerve function and communication between brain cells. Some medications interfere with the absorption of these nutrients over time, creating deficiencies that worsen cognitive symptoms. Eating nutrient-dense foods such as leafy greens, eggs, fatty fish, nuts, seeds, berries, legumes, and healthy oils helps provide the brain with the support it needs to remain resilient. Physical movement can also improve how the body handles medications. Gentle exercise improves circulation, supports liver and kidney health, reduces inflammation, and enhances blood flow to the brain. Even simple daily walks help older adults maintain better balance, sharper thinking, and improved overall metabolic function. Sleep quality becomes increasingly important as well. Poor sleep affects the brain's ability to repair itself and process information efficiently. Unfortunately, many older adults rely heavily on sedative medications that may worsen mental clarity the following day. Developing healthier natural sleep habits often improves both cognitive function and medication tolerance over time. The key message older adults need to hear is this: sensitivity to medications is not weakness, and it is not imaginary. It is biology. The body changes with age, and medications affect older adults differently because the systems responsible for processing them change too. Understanding this allows seniors to ask better questions, monitor their symptoms more carefully, and work closely with healthcare providers to protect both physical and cognitive health as they age. What many older adults never realize is that some medications meant to help with sleep, allergies, anxiety, pain, or bladder control can quietly interfere with how the brain processes memory and focus over time. And the frightening part is that the changes often happen so gradually that people assume it is simply normal aging. They forget names more often, lose track of conversations, walk into rooms and forget why they went there, or struggle to stay mentally sharp during the day. but in many cases, the brain is reacting to a chemical burden that has slowly built up for years. One of the biggest concerns doctors and researchers now discuss is something called anticholinergic load. Certain medications block a brain chemical known as acetylcholine, which is essential for memory, concentration, and clear thinking. As we age, natural acetylcholine levels already decline, so when medications reduce it even further, the brain becomes more vulnerable to confusion, forgetfulness, and cognitive decline. This is why medications commonly used for sleep, allergies, bladder urgency, motion sickness, and even some antidepressants are now being studied so closely in connection with dementia risk. Many seniors are shocked to learn that over-the-counter sleep aids can be part of the problem. A large number of nighttime medications marketed for PM relief contain sedating antihistamines that may temporarily help someone fall asleep, but they can leave the brain foggy the next morning and place extra strain on memory pathways over time. Older adults often wake feeling groggy, mentally slow, or unsteady on their feet without realizing the medication may be contributing to it. The danger becomes even greater when several of these medications are combined together because the effects stack quietly in the body. The good news is that the brain remains remarkably adaptable even later in life. Research consistently shows that lifestyle changes can support cognitive health at any age. Daily walking increases blood flow to the brain and helps nourish the hippocampus, the area responsible for memory formation. Even a simple 20-minute walk outdoors can improve circulation, mood, and mental clarity. Gentle resistance exercises using light weights or resistance bands also help regulate blood sugar and reduce inflammation, both of which strongly influence long-term brain health. Food choices matter far more than most people realize. The brain thrives on stable blood sugar and healthy fats. Seniors who regularly eat leafy greens, berries, walnuts, olive oil, eggs, fatty fish, and colorful vegetables tend to maintain sharper thinking and better memory as they age. Omega-3 fats found in salmon, sardines, and mackerel help support brain cell membranes and reduce inflammation that damages neurons over time. Hydration is equally important because even mild dehydration can worsen confusion, fatigue, and forgetfulness in older adults. Sleep quality also plays a major role in protecting the aging brain. During deep sleep, the brain performs a kind of nightly cleaning process, removing waste proteins and restoring neural function. But many seniors rely on medications instead of improving sleep naturally. Creating a consistent bedtime routine, limiting caffeine late in the day, reducing evening screen exposure, and keeping the bedroom cool and dark can often improve sleep quality without placing extra chemical stress on the brain. Another overlooked factor is social engagement. Isolation dramatically increases the risk of cognitive decline because the brain needs stimulation and interaction to stay resilient. Meaningful conversations, laughter, learning new skills, reading, puzzles, gardening, volunteering, and spending time with family all activate important neural pathways. The brain behaves much like muscle tissue. What gets used stays stronger. Stress management matters too. Chronic stress floods the body with cortisol, a hormone that can damage memory centers when elevated for long periods. Seniors who practice prayer, meditation, deep breathing, journaling, or quiet outdoor walks often experience better mental clarity and emotional stability. A calmer nervous system allows the brain to function more efficiently and reduces the inflammatory burden that accelerates aging. One of the most important things any older adult can do is review their medications regularly with a doctor or pharmacist. Many people remain on medications for years without reassessing whether they are still necessary or whether safer alternatives now exist. Sometimes small adjustments can significantly improve alertness, energy, balance, and memory. No one should stop medications suddenly on their own, but asking questions and staying informed is a powerful step toward protecting long-term brain health. Growing older does not automatically mean losing your sharpness, independence, or personality. The brain has an incredible ability to respond to healthier habits when given the right support. Small daily decisions, nourishing foods, movement, restorative sleep, mental stimulation, stress reduction, and careful medication awareness can collectively help older adults remain energetic, clear-minded, and deeply engaged with life for many years ahead. One of the most underestimated threats to brain health in older adults is the silent effect that certain medications can have on balance, energy, alertness, and mental clarity over time. Many seniors believe memory loss appears suddenly, but in reality, cognitive decline often develops slowly through a combination of inflammation, poor sleep, reduced circulation, inactivity, chronic stress, nutritional deficiencies, and medication interactions that place constant pressure on the aging brain. The body changes significantly after the age of 60, and medications that once felt harmless can begin affecting the nervous system in ways that are much stronger than before. As people age, the liver and kidneys process medications more slowly. This means drugs remain in the bloodstream longer and accumulate more easily inside the body. A sleeping pill taken at night may still be affecting brain function the following afternoon. An anxiety medication intended to calm the nervous system can quietly reduce alertness, slow reaction time, and interfere with memory formation when used repeatedly over long periods. Even medications used for dizziness, allergies, bladder control, or muscle spasms can produce confusion and brain fog in sensitive older adults. What makes this especially dangerous is that symptoms rarely appear dramatic at first. Many people simply begin feeling mentally slower. They misplace items more often, struggle to recall words during conversations, or lose focus while reading. Family members may notice personality changes, withdrawal from social activities, irritability, or unusual fatigue before the senior notices anything themselves. Because these changes happen gradually, they are often blamed entirely on aging rather than considering the possibility that medications may be contributing to the problem. This is why maintaining overall brain resilience becomes so important. The healthier and stronger the brain remains, the better it can tolerate stressors and recover from damage. One of the most powerful ways to support this resilience is through daily movement. Exercise is not just about muscles or weight control. Movement directly changes the chemistry of the brain. Walking increases oxygen delivery and stimulates the release of compounds that help brain cells repair and communicate more efficiently. Light strength training helps stabilize blood sugar, and stable blood sugar is critical because repeated glucose spikes are linked to inflammation and accelerated cognitive aging. Simple routines often create the biggest long-term benefits. Seniors who take short walks after meals tend to have better circulation and more stable energy throughout the day. Stretching improves posture and flexibility, which supports balance and reduces fall risk. Even gentle chair exercises help activate muscles that influence blood flow to the brain. The key is consistency rather than intensity. The brain responds best to regular activity performed day after day. Nutrition also plays a central role in protecting memory and cognitive function. Highly processed foods, excess sugar, and constant snacking increase inflammation throughout the body, including inside the brain. On the other hand, nutrient-rich foods provide the raw materials the nervous system needs to function properly. Dark leafy greens supply folate and antioxidants that support brain cells. Berries contain compounds linked to improved memory and reduced oxidative stress. Healthy fats from olive oil, avocados, nuts, seeds, and fatty fish nourish the protective outer membranes of neurons. Protein becomes increasingly important with age as well. Many seniors unintentionally eat too little protein, which contributes to weakness, fatigue, and muscle loss. But amino acids from quality protein sources also support neurotransmitter production, the chemical messengers responsible for mood, focus, and mental clarity. Eggs, Greek yogurt, fish, beans, and lean meats provide nutrients that help maintain both physical and cognitive strength. Hydration is another overlooked factor. Older adults naturally experience a weaker thirst response, meaning dehydration often develops before they even realize it. Even mild dehydration can worsen confusion, headaches, dizziness, and concentration problems. Many seniors who believe they are experiencing worsening memory are actually functioning in a chronically underhydrated state. Drinking water consistently throughout the day supports circulation, nutrient delivery, and healthy brain function. Sleep quality matters enormously because the brain performs essential repair work during deep sleep. Poor sleep increases inflammation and interferes with memory consolidation. Unfortunately, many people rely heavily on sedative medications instead of addressing the habits disrupting sleep naturally. Exposure to bright screens late at night, inconsistent sleep schedules, inactivity during the day, and excess caffeine can all disturb healthy sleep rhythms. Creating calming evening routines, dimming lights, reading quietly, practicing deep breathing, or listening to relaxing music often improves sleep quality without increasing medication burden. Mental stimulation also helps preserve cognitive reserve. The brain needs challenge and novelty to stay adaptable. Learning new skills, reading, engaging in meaningful conversation, practicing hobbies, writing, solving puzzles, or even trying new recipes can strengthen neural pathways. Seniors who continue learning throughout life often maintain sharper thinking because the brain continues forming new connections in response to stimulation. Emotional health cannot be separated from brain health either. Chronic loneliness and stress significantly increase dementia risk. Positive social interaction stimulates areas of the brain involved in memory, emotional regulation, and decision making. Spending time with family, participating in community activities, volunteering, attending faith gatherings, or maintaining close friendships all help protect mental sharpness and emotional well-being. Perhaps the most empowering thing older adults can do is become active participants in their own healthcare. Keeping an updated medication list, asking doctors whether every medication is still necessary, discussing side effects openly, and requesting regular medication reviews can make a tremendous difference. Sometimes reducing unnecessary medications or adjusting dosages improves energy, focus, and quality of life more than people ever expected possible. One of the most hopeful discoveries in modern aging research is that the brain remains capable of adaptation, healing, and growth far later in life than most people were ever told. For decades, many older adults were led to believe that memory decline was simply unavoidable, that confusion and forgetfulness were natural consequences of aging that had to be accepted.